The Wrestling Snob Adam Lavelle from WrestlingDoneRight.com continues my coverage of Star Navigation Premium from October 14th, 2024 with the National Championship on the line as champion Manabu Soya defends against El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. in a terrific Bull of the Woods, if you will, matchup. I really like Wagner in these colors. I've mentioned that before. He looks so much better than in just the white. I just like it very much. The black and the gold looks terrific. Manabu Soya coming out in a really cool looking shirt. I don't know if that's his shirt, that kind of you can get in merchandise or whatever, but I like it. Has the arrows on it, the Japanese writing. I really am a fan of that look. Both of these guys in gold just start with a big lock up and a huge clothesline for Manabu Soya seconds into the match. I mean, he just floors Wagner Jr., and Wagner Jr. bails to the floor to avoid being pinned, and the ref tries to stop Soya from going out after him, but he just goes out the other side of the ring, and they're battling on the floor into the barricades, yelling at the fans. There's a young commentator or something, forgive me for not knowing her name, on the Noah team there, waving a flag, liking Soya very much. She's a very cute, very attractive young lady. Soya's got a nice fan in her. She was cheering for him this entire match. Someone will have to tell me the story there. Haisami or somebody. But they get back into the ring, and Wagner Jr. starts coming back with some chops, but Manabu Soya answers with a gigantic spear and a brain buster, but this does not lead to the pin. These guys are so gigantic. Their necks have to be 30 inches round. They're taking punishment that the average person would die from or be hospitalized from. Wagner Jr. comes into the corner with a big step-up knee, followed by two double knees running into the corner onto Manabu Soya's face. And Galeno Del Mal's on the outside enjoying every second of this. They get into some chop battles here back and forth, but Manabu Soya comes off with a flying clothesline. Big, huge airtime, like 3 feet off the ground is the huge Soya clotheslining the Mexican down to the ground and following that up with a twisting, rude awakening neck breaker, if you will. But again, folks, this match is going to go, it isn't a long match, but they are going to brutalize each other, and you can clearly see that with Wagner Jr. delivering a brainbuster of his own after that, followed by a Eddie Guerrero-esque like type frog splash from the top rope onto Manabu Soya, clean, but doesn't get the pinfall. Manabu Soya shortly after that responds with a gigantic headbutt and like double axe chops to the chest. Back and forth they go. And Dr. Wagner Jr. delivers a huge clothesline, and both guys are down on the mat. The referee looking at them, probably wondering, oh my God, how do these guys do it? How are they this powerful? How are they this strong? It is a sight to behold. But Wagner Jr. is to his feet first, and he is signaling for the Wagner driver. His finishing maneuver, he hits it. Is it over? Do we have a new champion? No, Manabu Soya is out of two and delivers his burning hammer, his Death Valley driver to Dr. Wagner Jr. But before that, before you know it, they're both back up, chopping and slapping each other in the face and the side of the neck. And Wagner Jr. actually gets another Wagner driver in here, folks. Unbelievable. Manabu Soya refuses to go down. Instead, hits the go to sleep, the GTS. And holy hell, Wagner Jr. is out at one. But he eats a running clothesline at that point, and Soya is back in the corner, just showing like he might deliver a double axe handle, but instead hits a running clothesline, and that doesn't do the job. Manabu Soya has to pick Dr. Wagner Jr. up and hit that jumping DDT that my screenshot, if you see it as it goes by here, cuts off because the camera wasn't quick enough. You can see it, but you lose Manabu Soya's head in the shot because I just couldn't get it right. The camera was not quick enough, honestly. And that is how Manabu Soya retains this. Both of these guys attacked each other's neck and head this entire time. Just tried to drive each other into unconsciousness over and over, and it came down to which guy could take the most head and neck shots, and it was Manabu Soya who could take the most and delivered the final one with that jumping DDT to retain the GHC National Championship title in a terrific hoss fight, if you will. And when it was over, Manabu Soya's on the mic calling out his next challenger. Man, that's what this guy's doing. He isn't even waiting for challengers to come to him. If you can remember back when Funaki had this title, challengers didn't come on strong. It might have been because of who held it, but Manabu Soya is not going to play that game. He called out Wagner Jr. when he first won this title, and now has defended it successfully against him. And now he's calling out Go Shiozaki. That's who he wants as his next challenger. Go Shiozaki. Man, Manabu Soya ain't playing. He's back strong, and he's playing a big hand. And man, if his first two challengers, if he beats Go Shiozaki, Having Dr. Wagner Jr. and Goji Ozaki fall to him in title defenses will make Manabu Soya top of the line, top of the food chain, baby, in pro wrestling Noah. Coming from being the enforcer of a group that no longer exists to the national champion, calling out his own challengers, the top wrestlers in this organization. Wow.